So, when we speak about mindfulness or learning how to master the mind, it's interesting to think, why is this so important when we are developing on a spiritual path? And really, for me, it feels as if that it should be the most important and fundamental foundation of any spiritual development is learning how to control the mind, learning how to master the thoughts we allow in and what we're thinking, because what happens is, as we our thoughts come into the mind, as soon as they are registered, they become, then a feeling is produced, you see. So, and we can, if it's a negative thought, we're feeling really negative and down and low, and if it's a positive high vibrational thought, then we're feeling really good. And so when you start to feel really out of sorts or out of alignment, ask yourself, what have you been thinking? So really, it really is so important, especially when we are looking at developing either as a psychic or a medium. And the reason being is this: it's because everything starts with being able to focus our mind. And we can only focus our mind when we have trained our mind to be calm, to be still, to be peaceful. Now, we can never completely stop thinking because it's the nature of the mind to think. However, we can start to become more discerning about the thoughts that we're allowing into our mind. So we become what we call the watcher on the bridge. So we become the observer. We learn through practice. Now, this isn't going to happen overnight, but you can certainly start. You can start by learning how to become the watcher, the observer of your own thoughts and how they are affecting you. Learning methods and techniques to be able to focus your mind so that you, when you come to do a healing practice, or you're doing a psychic reading, or you're delivering a mediumship communication, whatever it is that you're doing, you're able to focus entirely on what you're doing, and the mind doesn't wander off thinking about all the things that you've got to do later on, or all the things that you've been doing previously, or your own problems. So we learn how to control that, and in that way we can deliver the best. We can be the purest, clearest channel for the spirit world, for ourselves, for our own spirit, for our higher self, that we possibly can be. And it all starts with learning ways to master the mind. And we do this through a lot of meditation. Now, people often ask me in my seminars, what is it that I can do myself to aid my own development? My answer is always to sit in the stillness, to sit quietly, to meditate, to sit for spirit. There's a fundamental difference between the two. When we meditate, it's for ourselves. We go within, it's to contemplate, perhaps, on a certain subject. When we sit for spirit, we are completely surrendering to the spirit world, and we're not sitting for ourselves. We're not sitting to contemplate. We are going within, but we're also expanding, learning ways to expand our awareness, our energy field, so that the spirit world can come close and develop us in a way that is right for us. So you see, it all starts really with creating that fundamental um, knowledge and awareness and abilities of how to control the mind, how to master your thoughts, become the control tower of your own thinking, not in allowing yourself to be thrown willy and nilly all over the place, hither and thither. It's really not the right place for us to be. But so through our lives, we've been conditioned and we've not been trained to learn about the mind and how it works, how it functions, and how we can become more in control of that. And I know through my life growing up as a child and into my teens, I was particularly unaware of my mind. I just thought my mind controlled me, and I was subject to the thoughts and everything that was coming in. I had no idea that I could actually choose through my own free will the thoughts that I allow into my being. And it's it's a very powerful practice. It's a beautiful practice, and it's actually quite simple. But all you need to do is to dedicate your time, your effort, and have the willingness and belief that you can change. that you can become the master of your mind.